Okay, sir.
The gentleman is absolutely right. We did have an overproduction. And finally, this county was making fine comb yarns, which means you're making 80s, 2-ply, 100s, 2-ply. Then come along nylon, it's all going to the mercerizing trade, the mercerizers, who made it nice and shiny and made it pretty as it could be. Along come rayon and kicked the hell out of it. And they didn't need their shiny cotton yarns in. The rayon was shiny and pretty. And as far as the organization, they'd have an organization. They'd have a meeting. They'd all agree, well, tomorrow the price of 30 seal will be, say, 85 cents. Then you'd look around, you'd see some fellas getting up and walking out of the meeting. They'd run and call the customer. You better buy as much yarn today as you can buy, because tomorrow's going to be 85 cents. And they'd cut their own throats. And they did that right along.
Well, you weren't a member of the Southern Cotton Textile Association.
My father was, but he saw it. He knew what was going on.
Could you talk about that a little bit?
Well, they were just as guilty as the rest of them. They wouldn't let anybody get to their customers. They'd call Hampton Company. Then you better buy a bunch of mercerizing yarn today because tomorrow it's going to be so and so price. So they take a nickel pound of the yarn right off the top. And as far as that goes, during the 20s, as my father used to tell me, that they would build a mill practically every week. That's where the overproduction came. And then people get mad as hell if you didn't call and let them take stock in it. Finally caught up with them and then wish you had to take the stock. But they would actually get mad and call you up on the phone and cuss you out if you didn't let them have them stock in the mill.
Okay, Judy.
Yeah.
Any questions? Hold it just a minute.
Well,
Do that then.
Well, you merely set people up in the mountains and bought them a ticket if they wanted to come down here. They came down here on a train, you met them at the train, took them to their house. They built villages. Every mill had a village. Firestone still has a village. They don't own the village, but the village is still standing. That was low-rate cotton mills. And then Manville Jeans, and then Firestone. Firestone bought it for practically nothing. As a matter of fact, today Firestone's got that mill on the books for $1, including the old houses, 500 houses.
Now, those agents that you sent up to the mountains, what would they tell the people?
They tell me they had a house, a room, a house, and a job for them. They were very receptive to that.
Were there any special sections that you sent people to?
Yeah, they went up around Rolling Rock and around up that way in there. The close mountains, the closest we could get here.
What about people from around here, close?
You mean working?
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of them, of course, went to they were in the mill to start with, bringing this other influx. That's why we had to send them. We run out of people. Some people thought it was very degrading to work in a cotton mill. That you got to recognize too. Call them lint heads, you call them every damn thing. But it really was a pretty good job if you think about it.
Well, now, why did the people think that?
I don't have any idea. But they did. They thought it was a bit on a degrading side to be working in a cotton mill. It wasn't like being a professor at Chapel Hill, let's say.
Now,
it wasn't a prestige job.
Did you or your father do anything for the people in the mills, like having swimming pools or?
We had community houses. Every mill had a community house, a meeting place. They did their own entertainment. We also had, every mill had a nurse, and she would take care of the health problems. hopefully. I'll never forget one time the doctor here in Garrison named Dr. Garrison. He had a hospital, Garrison Hospital. He called my father one day and said, Ladner, I got a man up here I'm ready to send home, but I ain't gonna send him home till he pays his bill. Dad said, well, keep him, you'll have to feed him. The man was out in 15 minutes.
Now, we've heard a lot in some places about brown lung. Could you talk about that?
Well, that brown lung, what do you call it? What is this, babe?
Brucellosis?
Yeah. We never heard of that until we went through. I've seen mills so dusty you couldn't see from one machine to the other. We never heard of brown lung until somebody collected some money on it, and then you got real trouble. Then the usher made everybody try to clean up, which was a total loss. We didn't. The mills is really pretty clean. You like your mills clean because the stuff runs better than everything else. And cleanliness, we preach all the time. Keep the mills, keep the frames clean so they run good. Make your job easier. And we're not a day we don't talk about cleanliness. The people want mills to be clean so it'll make better yard and everything else. We never heard of brown lung when the mills were so bad, but I say somebody collected some money on it. And all of a sudden, you get sued by everybody.
Okay. Now, hold it just a moment, Jane. Anything else in your...
As we showed you on that plaque, the mill owners were considered as parental people. They were father images to all their help, as you saw by that plaque there that I had. It said, "Happy birthday to Papa Gray." Well, we were considered all their problems. If a woman get pregnant, come ask you. First person she comes to is the man that owns the mill that you're working for, to give her money for an abortion, and we did. We took care of it.
Hold it just a moment. Let's see if we can get the...
It says to happy birthday to Papa Gray from your family at New Dawn.
Okay. Jamie, this is going to be a little tricky.
He holds it, I can go for it.
Okay, see if you can hold it.
You have to hold it upside down, won't you?
No, no.
Yes.
Can you read it, Jamie?
Take a look at the monitor.
Oh, sure, that's good. All right, let's start on his face, and I want you to start talking then about the mill owner as a father figure, and then we go down on that.
All right.
Tell about when the girls got in trouble, how they
Okay.
came to
That's what I said.
scared me to death on a date one several nights.
All right.
That we were considered father figures, and all their problems they came to us with, and we generally helped them as much as we could, regardless of what the problem was. And they had a lot of problems, but we always helped them as much as we possibly could. All depended on how successful you were, as to how much help you could give them.
What kind of help would you give them?
Money, which is the only help that anybody needs that I know of. Usually, if you got enough money, you can get out of anything. That's what my son, the lawyer, says. If you give me enough money, I can get you out of that damn thing you want to get out of. Murder or whatever.
Okay, one of the things that I've been quite amazed at is, particularly among the older women, they talk about how much fun they had in the mills.
They did have fun.
And even though the supervisors were strict and all of this, I'll tell you a joke that one of them told us, and see if you can match this kind of thing. The Rainwater sisters over at Noonan, Georgia, 3 of them.
Yeah.
They said they were working in the mills in the 20s, and the mill supervisor, who was evidently a very strict guy, they liked him, but he was strict.
Yeah.
they said he was getting after him for wasting toilet paper.
Yeah.
So one of them went in and tried a string on a cob and put a note on it. It says, "Use this cob and save your job."
That's right. That could have happened. They had a lot of fun. We had all kind of things happen. I'm trying to think of what that damn crazy gal used to do. She did everything down at the mill. Oh, but it was fun. I made my little mill, and I owned outright great mill. It was more fun than barrel mugging. Every time I got an order, I'd go out and tell all the people what kind of order we got, and what kind of yarn we were going to make. Because they never knew what kind of yarn I was going to make. We'd be making one kind of yarn one day, and the next day we'd be making something else. We might change 3 times in one day. I was making all launder yarns. Different blends. I made one 5-way blend. I have no idea what the hell they did with it. And then I made this a sample, and that's as far as I went with it. I had 5 different fibers in it, and it couldn't have possibly been worth a nickel.
Was it requested?
Yeah, by outfit up in Sanford, Maine. Good old Sanford. Burlington Mills bought that plant, and when they burned it, I saw inventory. Burlington was fussing about how good old Sanford had all these crazy things, and that blend was still on the inventory. They never even used it. I think I charged them. I know I charged them about $15 a pound for the damn thing. I didn't care. I charged them whatever I wanted to.
Now, what effect do you think it had on the workmen that you explained to them what they were doing?
Well, great effect, because they got a great kick out of it.
Could you start off saying that if you tell them what they were doing?
Yeah, if you go out and tell them that you had an order that's going to keep you running for the next 6 months and so forth, that give them a lot of security. It made them have fun. They enjoyed it. I've hired a lot of people and told them right off the bat, now, one thing you got to understand here, we're going to have fun in this job. Not be all pleasant, but we're going to have fun. Somebody's going to have fun. I had a fellow one time working for me, was the best drawing hand I ever had in my life, but he drank whiskey all the time. He set his bottle right on top of the damn draw frame. So when I told him one day, I said, "Mr. Green, I want to say one thing to you. You're just the good draw frame hand I've ever had. But would you do me a favor, put that bottle of liquor under the damn draw frame, drink it whenever you want to, but I won't bring somebody through this mill and see that bottle of whiskey sitting up on top of the damn draw frame. The highest damn thing in the mill. It'd be just like putting a water tank in the middle of the mill. You had this bottle of liquor sitting up there. And I said, I know you drink it, so go on and drink it. You got no objection to that. Just put it under the mill, under the frame. So we did that, and we got along fine. He still remained the best draw frame hand I ever had. Got more production in a minute, and more people did in 2 days.
What about religion in the mills?
Some of the superintendents were very, very tough on it. And if you didn't go to church, they'd fire you. But we never had that. We talked religion, but I was never that hard on anybody being on the church. Down at Spire, they had a poet ran that mill out. He was real hard, and we had a superintendent, H.D. Whitener, up at Myrtle Mill, and he was real bad on it. And there we did have a strike one time, and that turned out bad for them too. They struck, and so Dad says to H.D. Whitener, says, "Don't you even go to the mill. If you want to march around, let them march. Don't go, don't lock the doors and get away. Don't even be available." So he stayed away, and finally we weren't doing any negotiating, so they came out and business was kind of bad. And so they were striking about some superintendent, overseer they have that they didn't like. So they came to Daddy and said they wanted to negotiate that. I said, well, frankly, I don't care whether the damn mill runs or not. We open it up or not. I said, business is bad. I said, now I'm on a strike. Well, they come back and said, well, we'll do anything you want to do now. He said, no, I ain't ready to go yet. So he just sit around and he went on a strike. So he turned the table over. So they went to work, back to work on his terms. But all those things it happened.
Okay, now, cut.
And I think that's.
That wasn't unusual. All the people who learned the mill business started and had to start. You had to know something about what you were doing. And so my father started me in the worst position you could. He put me in the dust, told me to clean out the dust house. It was a horrible job. The dust was about that high. And so I decided I wasn't going to stand there with a rake and pull all that dust out and get it all up my nose. So I went and got a water hose and turned the thing on to a spray, wide spray, and went down the dust. Then I just rolled the damn stuff up. He came by and said, I knew damn well you'd find some way to get out of this work.
Now, when was this picture made?
1972.
Huh?
1972, I think.
Could you show it to the camera, please? And describe what we're seeing.
You're seeing here people learn how to put up an end on opening and spinning. We knew nothing about opening and spinning. I didn't know how to put up an end. And here we are starting up a mill. We got to train every person to put up an end. And we don't know how to put it up by ourselves.
Okay, now do you have any pictures of your
I wish
mill
that.
from the 30s?
And that's a realty building with the stack.
Yeah. Commercial building back there.
Means right along here, I think.
Huh?
Have you used them?
That was covered.
Yeah.
Company and textile workers parading their business
That's just
textile
like
mill in his life.
That's just like it.
Gentleman standing up.
I don't know it.
What mill is that?
That's a Parkdale, I
I
think.
think
it's-
it's a partner.
Let's go back on that and so you can identify that gentleman.
We
And when you
did.
see him, just lean forward and touch the screen.
We did that.
Okay. Good. I
This-
just he comes through.
and say that he never worked in the mill. So he's not a mill worker. That one.
Never worked at a mill in his life. Wouldn't know what a spinning frame from a card.
So what was his name?
Couple of settler.
Why do you think he was marching with those folks?
Yeah,
He just gets into things that happen, that go on.
I want to see what he said.
You can turn it up there at the bottom.
We come over here this morning to help you get a better condition with us at the Small Manufacturing Company, which is one of the same chain of mills as the Parkdale.
That's not so.
That's completely erroneous. Smile was an independent mill and so was the Parkdale. There was no connection whatsoever with us.
And set you up a union local here. I know you can have a good union local. We just talked with the superintendent. He first wanted us to wait till 2 o'clock to stop off. I come out here, put it to a vote, and the people voted 100% to stop off now.
And we never did get the
Wait,
deal.
I don't know who that man is.
I went back. I went back in another conference with the superintendent, and he asked me how long we give him to stop off, which we realized that we have to give up time to raise their weights and take care of the roller because we want to work again.
That's right.
But we want better conditions when we work again. What happened? I told him we get in time to take the weight off of his roller if we didn't want to injure us. And he asked me if we'd give him till 10 o'clock. And I told him yes. He said he'd stop off at 10 o'clock.
Well, Chuck Adams would be the superintendent.
Yeah. And then why would the roller injure him?
Well, you always took the weights off your rolls because then it flatten out the rolls and make it bumpy and make bad yarn. It's all in the spinning frame and the drawers and the roving frames. That's part deal, all right. But they may have shut down, but they wouldn't give a damn at that time because 1934 bears were so bad they didn't care whether they ran or not. That's why the strike was so ill-timed that never was having any success. Now we got a single mill to really join the union where they take out any dues.
Well, this don't today, do they?
No, they still don't have a union. CDA was unionized, but it's all gone now.
Now torn down.
I don't know where that is.
I don't believe that's Gastonia.
That's a dirt road.
Now that's Firestone.
That's Firestone, right? The rest of it's the office there. I recognize anybody.
Well, they don't seem to be marching.
They just swarming like a bunch of bees.
It looks like changing the shifts. to
That's
me.
what it looks like here.
That's just changing the
That's
shifts.
all they're doing now is just changing shifts. They ain't striking, they're just changing shifts.
It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon when they do that.
What time is it? 10:27. I don't know if that's a real time or not. Now, it's not gas station now.
Is that like the Firestone Mill office? No, it isn't. Now, where is this?
I don't have any idea where they are.
I don't think that's in there, Stone.
There's a junky looking mill.
Do you know how many people were in the flying squadron that came to your mills?
Oh, I'd say 10 or 15. They never did get organized. That's what happened to them. Never got a single mill to be. They wanted a check-off system, which meant they were going to get collected dues, but they never got one mill to do that.
That's not gas station.
No, that's not good. Let's let it go at that. So that's what they did. They let it go at that. Check out the superintendent of the park there at that time.
Yeah, he was superintendent for how many years?
Oh,
40?
yeah, 4 years.
And then Pop hired him, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Gastonia.
Where is that?
That's Gastonia. Up at that's the Presbyterian Church back there. See it?
It's down the main street there.
Well, that's the only one we recognize.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the flag squadron, yeah.
The bunch of cars.
Yeah.
Is that what it's supposed to be?
I think so.
Great textile strike spread. Here are typical scenes in Gastonia, North Carolina. With the total on
That's not identified house.
over 200,000 are out in the southern states where already lives have been lost and many wounded. At the first reports of bloodshed in the Carolinas and Georgia, President Roosevelt appointed a special mediation board and an effort
When
to
anybody
end
killed a
war
gas
in
station, Belmont chest.
Mass meetings and strike orators helped to fan the flame. We won't tease and cross-bag it in this country here. That's what we're fighting for, and that's what we're going to have. A mile of mills lie idle in Lowell, Massachusetts, with the workers crowding the streets.
Or we couldn't see anybody.
No? Well, I think you did very well. Now, could you describe the strikers very often used picker sticks. Could you describe why they would use the picker sticks and what picker sticks were?
Picker sticks. Picker sticks or loom. We had no looms in Gastonia.
Did in Cramerton.
In Crampton they had looms, but we had no looms in Gastonia. Happened today.
Mhm.
Picker stick is a piece of cat filling through the loom. A picker stick also hit that up.
Makes the shell go through the
Make
loom.
the shell go through the loom.
Why would they use that as a weapon?
Because it was a good hard piece of wood.
And sharp too.
And
wasn't it?
sharp too, very sharp.
So they would be available, I suppose.
Oh yeah.
To the
In the
weaving mills.
But down here, they would possibly use if they use anything, which I don't know that they ever did, never heard, they would use a regular spindle out of a spinning frame. Better
Yep.
move that thing back.